Shri Advait. All right. Dear devotees, we are being recorded, but we're not yet on Facebook. As far as I can see, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Srivas Adi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, welcome all dear devotees. We've come together and, sorry, I'm just trying to get us on Facebook too, so any messages come in. Okay, we're on Facebook also, I can see. Okay, so dear devotees, we're coming together on our Back to Basics program, and we always want to keep on our feet on the ground, and we always want to keep the foundation of our house strong and firm. And the house means the house that our gurus are building upon the foundation of our devotional life. It is not us who's able to push our way to the upper world, but it is them who can put beautiful things onto a firm foundation. So back to basics. We're always trying to keep our basics. And Priya Sundari Devi, you put your name there too, but now I know both your butterfly and your other name, your previous name. So Priya Sundari, very welcome. You're with us. And maybe with Rasikananda Prabhu listening in the background. And it's very late there in Brazil. All right. So welcome to you all. We've had a little chat before going online. And we have here with us also Sevarupa Devi Dasi and Paramananda Prabhu, Krishna Priya, and maybe other living souls. They're in Thailand, so there are always other living souls around. Lots of smaller creatures as well as humans. All right, dear devotees, let us begin. And we begin with Vandana. So Bande Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Param Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitangscha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Tvije Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, we have come together, and today here is Sunday, the 5th of October, which is not, as it were, a particular day on our calendar that I can see, but every day is a festival in Krishna consciousness. And someone's just arrived at Sri Govinda Farm, perhaps to another room of Sri Govinda Farm, because we're there twice. One in a straw hut. Which straw hut? Then maybe someone can say, and others in Chintamani Dham, which means we've got Kumkum Devi Dasi, Ram Sundar, Aparajita Devi Dasi, and Leela Moy Prabhu. In Chintamani Dham, in Govinda Farm. All right, so dear devotees and others are, Chintamani Dham. I've mentioned the name Chintamani Dham, and Chintamani appears. Happy to see your lively presence there, keeping everyone, I hope you're doing good service to keep everyone awake and remembering Krishna, because you are always reminding us about Krishna and to be active for Krishna, as we can see. All right, beautiful. So, dear devotees, First of all, does anybody have any question? Always silent, but when we're together, we're always chatty. All right, it's not a problem, but Kumkum knows, Leela Prabhu knows, they all know, and all those who've been here know, when we come to the Zoom, we try to have something in our pocket. This is our entrance fee to come and sit here in the Zoom. And so we can ask what may be in the pocket of Kumkum Devi Dasi to share with us about devotional service.
My Dandavat Maharaj and all of the Vaishnavas here. And one thing that has been in my mind is reading in Revealed Truth in the 20th chapter, and Guru Maharaj speaking about how natural it is for everyone to be seeking beauty. And he was even saying that the way a person will decorate their room, they'll pick up this object to put in their room, everything is because beauty is what we're seeking. So it's very natural. And how Krishna is the source of all of that beauty. And now coming here to this beautiful farm where the weather is like so much like India and year round. And we see that many flowers have come, and these are offered to their lordships there. And not only, I wish everyone could smell as well and know this divine fragrance that is coming from them. And so all of the devotees are doing a service and getting ready for the large festival, you know this. And I was able to arrive last night. Paramananda Prabhu picked me up. Unfortunately, my flight was very late, so it was a big inconvenience. But there had been a massive thunderstorm as about 2 hours before I took off. But lightning and thunder and high winds and lots of rain. And it meant that there were more than a dozen planes waiting to take off. And so everything was delayed by at least 1 hour. And we wish that we could simply, like here, we could walk into the next room and be together. But unfortunately, we take many hours to be able to be together. But to see the devotees in such an environment, all wanting to remember Srila Guru Maharaj as best we can. And that we're certain that will happen. Everyone will be so enlightened.
Jai, so, oh, okay, all right. So where was the delay from Bangkok?
Yes, it was in the Bangkok airport, just waiting for a 1 hour flight to Chiang Mai. We think we know exactly what will be happening, just a quick flight up in the air. But because it didn't start for so long, everything was delayed, everyone's frustrated. So, but the devotees don't think of frustration like that because they're always thinking that everything is up to Krishna. It's his will. And one lady who was seated beside me, and she said, well, I guess if they have to do that because they don't want to die, that's true. If they have to take an extra time, I said, yes, that's better. So we're really fortunate that we get the behind the scenes explanation, whatever is happening in the world, to know that it's out of our control, really, but to know that it's being controlled by our dearest friend, who is reality, the beautiful. So whatever it is that's happening, we can be content, always look for service.
And we're coming together in Thailand for association, but as you made the point, very similar to India, means to our India, to Bengal. The climate is quite similar to Bengal. I'll have to look at a map, but it's approximately the same number of degrees north from the equator. And it's not very far away. It's, I think, as the bird would fly, it's less than 1,000 kilometers. And you can drive there. I mean, previously it is all connected to India. And we've met people who've driven from India through Bangladesh and Burma and come down into Thailand. So you can actually drive. So it is quite near. And you say it's got the essence of India. Well, you've had a long flight delay, but you can't blame that on India or Thailand. We can't blame it on anything. In fact, like you said, we accept it. But in India, we've had all-nighters in the days of in Air India or Indian Airlines, whatever the domestic route was before. And so you're getting some flavor of that. And one time we got on the plane, and then we're all seated on the plane. We're just sitting. Then very late, the plane starts to pull away, and then it goes out to the beginning of the runway, and then sitting. And then the plane goes back to the terminal. And then long time, I don't know, maybe we were an hour and a half late or something like that, just sitting on the plane with no announcement. And then with a very brief announcement, everyone will have to get off the plane. We won't be able to fly because of technical issues, which I suppose is good because nobody wants to die. They're trying to stop us from dying. But we got inside, and then it was clear this is going to take a long time. So anyway, everyone's getting very heated. And I saw, it's India, and there's a lot of energy in India. So I saw what was happening, and I thought, I'm just going to find a quiet corner over here, put down my chadar, and go to sleep, because it was in the evening. And sure enough, it wasn't until 7 o'clock next morning that there was a replacement flight. But that is a reminder of, in India, these things happen fairly regularly for various reasons. So you've got a little extra taste by arriving there to know that everything relies on the Lord. The best laid plans of mice and men can go astray. Hare Krishna. And is Sri Lanka there? Not yet.
Not yet. Let's see, many different members of her family are arriving at staggered time. If Paramananda Prabhu is here, and he may be able to say for sure, in the next couple of days, they'll all be here.
Okay, so not there yet. All right, so I think they're greeting someone. I saw them both getting up and doing the namastes. All right, so dear devotees, Sevarupa Devi Dasi has put into the chat. Oh, I see the revealed truth quotation that you're referring to, Kumkum Devi Dasi. It's quite short. Srila Govinda Maharaj is saying. So first, Jai Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktisunda Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, and Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, of course. Srila Bhakti Rokka Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. So this is Srila Gurudev. The jīva-souls are always pursuing something. By their nature, they are always active and seeking. The jīva-souls are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is the Satchit Ananda Vigraha, the embodiment of eternity, consciousness, and ecstasy. This means the jīva-soul's nature is also Satchit Ananda, because they're part and parcel of the Lord. Their nature is also Satchit Ananda, eternally existent, conscious, and ecstatic. The jiva-soul's existence is built by Krishna's own existence, just as a sun ray comes from the sun. The jiva-soul's thinking, feeling, and willing, the jiva-soul's conscious nature, chit, is always seeking the jiva-soul's positive nature, Ananda, which is Ananda, which means ecstasy, joy, happiness. This means that they are by nature searching for Krishna, searching for the ecstasy, love, beauty, and charm that are present within them. So you and I, we are them, by the way. So love, beauty, all these things are there present within us. Sat, Chit, Ananda. And elsewhere we get to see that our concern is ultimately with eternality or with clean, clear consciousness, but it is with ananda, with joy, ecstasy. All right, now we know what happened to Paramananda Prabhu. Paramananda Prabhu was greeting of Vaishnavas. So, where are you? Oh, you're not actually in Govinda Farm. Okay, got it, busted. You're outside somewhere. I was trying to recognize the thatch roof, but I couldn't quite put it together. Yes, Krishna Priya Devi Dasi, you are closest to the camera. Please share some devotional thoughts with us just for a few minutes.
Few minutes. Dhanavad Maharaj, Dhanavad everyone. Few minutes too long, Maharaj. I just met the lady just now who managed here, like we call Jingjai Market. I asked her for kind of like our event, like spiritual talk, bhakti yoga. And she very interesting, Maharaj. She's like, oh yeah, because she won like a variety of event. And then I proposed her about bhakti yoga, kirtan. She said like, welcome, like just book the date and something like that. And I'm so happy. Yeah, we're gonna do this time also, Maharaj. We try to get the place here.
Okay, beautiful. And remember that the devotees are life-giving persons. Means our Guru Varga, they are giving us the thread of life. So it is most optimistic and positive. And so well done to the lady to recognize that we're doing something good and that we can have a slot in their market.
Yes, Maharaj. That's few minutes past already.
And so this is all part of your arranging for the programs to take place. You're arranging for everyone's arrival, but for our successful activities. And we look forward to being there. We have the framework of what's going to happen. And the main thing that's going to happen is sadhu-sanga, associating with like-minded persons and following the structure, the outline that Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev have given in Navadip Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. And so by the grace of you both, Paramananda Prabhu and yourself, you're giving us a wonderful opportunity for the devotees to come together in a very auspicious environment. Hiding around the corner. All right, wonderful. Paramananda Prabhu, you're the second nearest the camera. Well, you're not actually. Abhinavasundar Prabhu is.
I have to admit I missed the theme of the talk this morning.
The soul is looking for joy. This is Kumkum. She started us off with this quotation from Revealed Truth.
And Kumkum Didi is an old soul. All the sense that she had enough of this world. So did you find joy?
Kumkum. Did you hear the question?
I believe so, and so much joy is just being presented to us by Sri Guru and the Vaishnava constantly, always. But this is the only joy. Everything else has been exhausted. Because being old, you can see that there's no possibility anymore of enjoying and with these senses, and it's exhausted. It's not going to happen. But internally, everything is there and always was. That was always the source of all joy. But we don't recognize the internal joy. That's what causes the external to appear to be beautiful. And we don't recognize that at first. And then finally, we must. There's no alternative. Then we find so much more. So that is the good news. Always. Ever youthful is Krishna. We are part of him.
Here's the answer, Maharaj. And let's hear from the two old souls. See if they
Young,
found.
young souls.
Honestly,
We can only hear from them if they speak. That's the difficulty.
I honestly feel so joyful to sit here in this glorious company and to see all of your glorious selves here online. I just feel super happy. And that's what it is. Sadhu-sanga, Vaishnava association is just life-giving, so nourishing. You can have a moment, just a moment with the Vaishnava is just can dissipate all troubles, sadness, and really invigorate us. And that's how I feel.
And it's like, who was saying about that time someone was saying like, oh, you're just eating, doing everything that we're doing.
Oh, he was the brother of Professor Sanya.
And he said, no, you don't understand. And it's not like I'm saying I'm doing anything particular, but we've been talking about how the world is so empty. Like there's nothing actually to search for in this world. There's nothing, it's dry. Like there's nothing, but actually yesterday we were doing seemingly what other people are doing. We were sitting, talking, we were having something to eat. But it was so joyous because we were talking about service projects, you know, like, and then this morning we've just been together reading, and then like feeling like we have the greatest fortune. I mean, it is joyful. We are. And we're not even remotely even approaching the outskirts of what is our divine prospect yet. And already it's joyful. Like Guru Maharaj saying, like, why worry about the result when the process is so sweet? Like in the association of devotees, everything is just so sweet and encouraging. So yeah, second one.
Getting a few drops of that. Wait till you swim in the ocean. And few drops already inspiring.
Yeah. But I say that because we were talking about this the other day too, in Navadip Dham, like we were in that atmosphere with Srila Gurudev present. We can say, okay, we were definitely experiencing some other kind of joy there, the environment, which we're always remembering, and like you were just saying, the most treasured times of our lives. So this gives us encouragement forever. That's what we're worshipping and trying to serve, and that is our divine prospect.
Jai.
Here we go. So everyone agreed that Krishna consciousness is full of joy.
Full joy.
Okay, Kumkum, there's no debate here. We're all on the same team.
Isn't Srila Prabhupada also said, it's actually recorded as a video where he's saying Krishna consciousness, simply enjoy. But a different kind of enjoyment he's talking about. So yes, we're moving in the right direction. Thank you for reminding us. Okay,
and there's one more Gupta Bhakta just there with you. That's Abhinavasundar Prabhu. So, and I know he's very close to the camera. He's the cameraman today. Oh.
No, I'm not the cameraman. I'm just hiding around the corner, Maharaj.
So Prabhu, a few words. Why did you come to Krishna consciousness, and did you find any hint of what you came for?
Well, no, I didn't come to Krishna consciousness searching for anything really, but somehow I've managed to stumble into the association of the Vaishnavas. So there's definitely been an abundance of beautiful experiences. I don't know if they're joy. How does one define joy? You know, our gurus are talking about joy and ecstasy and love and all these things, but I'm not sure we're getting the real extent of what they're describing, but from whatever it is that we can experience, then it definitely feels like a beautiful way of searching and trying to understand how we fit into reality. And yeah, I mean, I was thinking just before when Kelly Kadamba was talking about being in Navadip with Srila Gurudev, that it was such a, the environment was so alive with, you know, what's emanating from his devotional connection. And we were bathing in that unconsciously, or I was certainly anyway, unconsciously bathing in that, that mercy that was just being automatically distributed from him as a, you know, it's almost like it's not a byproduct of his existence, was automatically just distributing beauty and love and charm and sweetness in all directions. So, but then I was thinking, okay, well, I was quite ignorant, but I was blissful there. So then Yoga Maya, she's creating that ignorance in the environment of the divine realm, and everyone is blissfully in that. So I can feel like Gurudev is also has that sort of environment surrounding him as he's going through his pastimes, and we're swimming on the, as Kelly said, on the outskirts of that, on the outskirts maybe, but still somehow connected mercifully. So we're still in the process of realizing our good fortune, despite how foolish we are, but we're trying to continue by the grace of you all of your association. Then we can feel some satisfaction and encouragement and nourishment to continue despite our obvious foolishness and faults. Anyway, end of sermon.
Sermons of Abhinavasundara. No, Prabhu, we are here to share, and it is a fact that in Navadip, the harmonizing factor, the central reason why anyone has come, because they've come a long way, and time, money, everything, but everyone uses their time for all sorts of things in the world. They came a long way to be in that association directly, and as you mentioned, everyone isn't sitting with Gurudev all day long. We're getting some time with him, and then everyone's got some service to do. And so the harmonizing connection is the unified service under the shelter of Srila Gurudev. And this today is the harmonizing shelter. We've got Srila Gurudev's direction, we've got Srila Guru Maharaj's direction, we've got Srila Prabhupada's direction, but in particular we've got in our Chaitanya Saraswati Math, we're under that shelter of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj. And so everybody, whether they're gardening or doing anything, the cleaning, repairing things, going shopping, going collecting various services that devotees were doing, then everything is connected under that like single shelter, that it's service, and it's service under the direction of the Vaishnavas, under the direction of Guru. And so our life is always for service, not just now. It's not we're practicing so that we can go to a place where we can relax. It's so that we will always be doing service, because we're always going to be active. Hare Krishna. We read some very high things from Srila Guru Maharaj in Sermons of the Garden of Devotion, the volume 2. Oh, the thing is, we were listening to audio. Anyhow, we were hearing very high things from Guru Maharaj, either in the written form or a talk. And he was saying actually that we're all giving energy in service. And he said that sometimes the devotees, they get tired, the cowherd boys get tired. And he said, Mother Jashoda, sometimes, they just want to put Krishna to bed and have a bit of peace and quiet, whatever it may be. But he said, not in Madhura Ras. I mean, this is above our pay grade, but just interesting just to pass this by, to kind of look on that top shelf and say, oh, what is there? He said, not in Madhura Ras, 24 hours a day service. And they're never tired. They're always eager and more eager to serve. So that was a very wake-up call. What a world is waiting. And that is the current that Guru Maharaj has given. That's the current that Mahaprabhu has given, and that is coming down through the parampara. And when we listen, oh, I put it away. I was going to show you a loudspeaker. But anyway, when we listen, oh, wait 1 second. Excuse me. When we sneeze also, we try to do it off camera. When we listen to Gurudev, when we listen to Guru Maharaj, we're listening to the voices of those who reside in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna's associates, Mahaprabhu's associates. That is the standard of the sound vibration we are hearing when we hear the talks of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. And we don't have a recording of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If we did, we would treasure it and we'd play it every day, even if it was only 1 minute. We'd hear Mahaprabhu saying something. We'd think, oh my goodness, there's the Lord himself speaking. Similarly with Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, plus. And here we've got very clear, relatively speaking, I know, not clear by modern digital, 2 million, whatever it is, gigahertz, I don't know what the thing is, but, not that kind of clear, studio recording clear, but clearly we've got the expression and the little laughing, the nature of Srila Gurudev, and Srila Guru Maharaj coming through in the talks. So anyway, this way we get the privilege also of hearing very high things and just knowing the destination is so wonderful. But as we were reminded just now, Srila Gurudev saying that the journey is so wonderful. We have a purpose in life. And why did we come to Krishna consciousness? Yes, for different reasons. But really, it comes down to there is a purpose in life. We're actually trying to have an ambition. When I remember being 9 and 10 years old, means before secondary school, the old people, the adults, asking, what are you going to be when you grow up? Or what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, we are a little like that. We may be not 9 or 10-year-old bodies, little older. But what do we want to be when we grow up? And really, we've got some ambition that's been put in our heart by Guru Maharaj, by Gurudev, by Srila Prabhupada. And that ambition, we must remember why we came to Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Aparajita Devi Dasi, tell me, what preparations have you made for the festival? You are the Thai valuable assistant servitor. You've come from Bangkok for the program.
Dandavats Maharaj, Dandavats everyone. Yeah, I've been preparing myself also. I didn't have so much time in the ashram before, so every day chanting, singing, associate, and yeah, I learning more and more every day, and also like just cleaning, cooking, health serving, everything very joyful here. I'm very happy to be able to do service here, and yeah, hearing the Harikatha every day. Thank you.
All right. And have you learned one Sanskrit verse? Do you know, can you recite now one Sanskrit verse, any verse?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
What about, do you know the verse, Trenad api sunichena? Do you know this verse?
I heard before, but I'm not sure about the meaning. Very sorry.
Okay, no, it's not a problem. Not a problem. I see you're sitting beside Ram Sundar Prabhu there. He can be a good teacher of verses. Maybe by the time our festival, by the time Kartik begins, see if you can learn one verse and its meaning. Trinad api sunichena taror eva sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtanya sada harihi.
And Paramananda has just returned to give us some illumination on Trinada Pisanichina.
Oh, I just thought that I heard the verse somewhere, Maharaj. Sounded very familiar.
And
I don't know what I'm doing, but, well, I just keep failing it all the time. Sometimes I'm ready to hear it, because really we want to be the Vaishnavas, really from the core of our heart. But when we hear that, all the hope evaporates.
You are quoting one Bengali gentleman, I don't remember his name, but he's saying,
Yes, I do,
I am reading about Mahaprabhu, I'm hearing about this life of devotion. It's so beautiful, so sweet. But when I heard I have to be humble, tolerant, and give honor to others, then I thought, oh no, I can't do this. So this is
trying.
But we can try. So this is that verse, Aparajita Devi Dasi. This is that verse. It means to be humble, tolerant, give honor to others, and not want honor for oneself. With these four qualities, one can chant constantly the name of the Lord. So it is one very good verse to learn and to do, to put in our heart to do. Yes, Ishwarananda Prabhu, you perhaps are with Tulasi Devi. Is that Tulasi behind you? You're in the temple. No.
Dandavats Maharaj. I'm just at my house.
You're at your house and you're looking after Tulsi very nicely.
Yeah, she stays at my house. And I'm sure she's happy to hear the class. Just anyhow. But I'm just a lizard on the wall, my Dandavats devotees. Specifically Maharaj.
Well, on the wall is Tulsi Devi and Srimati Radharani. She says that, oh, I got my special position now. So yes, I understand. I have a very fortunate position. And it is by the grace of Tulsi. In my last life, I worshipped Tulsi Devi. By her grace, I am now in this fortunate position. That's her expression. So not to think that Tulsi, serving Tulsi is like looking after any other plant. Really, very special. And this is one of the more difficult things to explain, to relatives and things when they see you worshipping a plant. And we don't like to have, like you say, non-believers, people who are like suspicious when we're doing such sweet worship. But just as there are holy rivers, holy places, holy persons, also holy plants. And there's gradation everywhere. And the rivers, Krishna says, I am the Ganges. And so in each category, there's gradation, and the topmost gradation of plants, Tulasi Devi. Hare Krishna. So humility, tolerance, giving honor to others, this definitely always has to be remembered as not only the foundation, but the very necessity in our devotional life. We know it because we've heard it maybe literally hundreds of times from the mouth of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, and read it certainly, plural, hundreds of times, and said it thousands of times, must be. Even, oh yes, no, it's not in the Vandanam, is it? But the Vandanam we've said thousands of times, must be. 365 days in a year, then on average, we manage to do it 345 days of the year, multiplied by however many years. But that is quantity, and Guru Maharaj and Gurudev always want quality. Hare Krishna. We're still, oh yes, we didn't finish it. We'll have to continue in Chiang Mai. We're still going through Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Sharanagati. Bit slow this time, but lots of other things taking place, but we're trying to go through. And a couple of days ago, we read the foreword or introduction to that book by Srila Govinda Maharaj. I don't remember what the exact, whether it was foreword or not, but it's by Srila Govinda Maharaj, in praise of Sharanagati, the book of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Oh my goodness, how humble, how sincere, how positive, optimistic, how appreciative Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj is in his description of the glories of surrender and the glories of the book Surrender, Sharanagati, by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And then Dainyatmika, as you know, there's a whole chapter there about surrender in humility, very much on this theme of Trinadapi Sunichana Taroriva Sahishnana Amanina Manadina Kitanya Sarahariku. Hare Krishna. And I don't know if Kelly, no, they're not still with us, but we've got some outline for programs at the Govinda Mela, which naturally we'll be sharing around the world. Yesterday I heard oh yeah, we've got a cameraman coming anyway, a professional cameraman. And yes, excuse me, my mind's blank at this hour of the morning, but everything is good, and my own questioning comes to me. Oh, Indulekha, yes, Indulekha's coming. Last minute arrival due to circumstances. One or two devotees have not been able to come suddenly, but also due to circumstances, one or two devotees have been able to come suddenly. So that's wonderful. And so we have some themes for the programs which shall take place in Chiang Mai. And it's not, as I say, not just for us, it's for everyone. That as Chaitanya Saraswat Math, what took place there, it's not just for those who are actually there. The whole world is giving attention and looking, and this way we want to be able to have a festival for the whole world, a sweet, clean festival, as Guru Maharaj and Gurudev would want, as they gave as the outline. And basically we're here to introduce everyone to Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, and to hear their guidance and to follow their guidance, to engage in their service, and to come to the land of joy and happiness, which is where we should be living. As jīva-souls, we're not meant to be living in suffering and misery and fear. We're meant to be in the plane where consciousness has its home, and that's in the land of anandam, joy, happiness. And that doesn't come by doing nothing. That is only relief from suffering. And Srila Prabhupada, that's also something which, many things we have to digest when we first came. And one of them was, oh, this world is a place of suffering. And the meager happiness in this world is more or less when we are relieved, when we've been relieved from suffering. And then we think, okay. And in due course of time, then we can understand, at least through the words and heart of our masters, that it is so. The happiness in this world is illusory. It's just coming and going, almost like a dream. Everything temporary is just like a dream, whether good or bad. But the joy side, it is very minimal and it is reactionary. Whereas in the upper world, and this is something which also kind of struck me as so positive. In the upper world, it is not reactionary. It is the opposite. We are giving ourselves and we are receiving the greatest nourishment because we're in the right place where the jiva soul belongs, where the living entity belongs. And some of us come from a gently mechanical background, and I don't know if it's Srila Prabhupada. Oh yes, Srila Prabhupada does give something similar about the machinery in a factory. Every part of the machinery has a purpose, and the purpose of the gears, the purpose of the belt, the purpose of this, that, and the other. Every small part or big part has a purpose. But if you have a gearbox, when you change gear in a car or you have an automatic car, anyway, still you've got gears somewhere in there. But if you've got these gears, the wheels with the teeth on, and you just put it anywhere in the engine, you're going to get a lot of chaos. It's not going to be in its right place, but you put the gear where it's meant to be, and then everything goes smoothly. So we need to be where we're meant to be, and then everything goes smoothly for us and for the environment. Hare Krishna. Govinda, Govinda. Oh, just dropped something on the floor. Oh, Hare Krishna. So we got lots of devotees on the Facebook. Please excuse me. Mathura Basini Devi Dasi, Gopal, Indumati Devi Dasi. I've been thinking of you, Indumati Devi Dasi, and happy to know that you're there. I know that you are often there, but quietly and in the recorded version. And Ramasundar Prabhu, you are there. 2 Ramasundar Prabhus. Maybe here's Ramasundar sending obeisances to me and all the Vaishnavas on Facebook. And Krishna Priya. Okay, Krishna Priya Devi Dasi. And Indumati again. We'll come again to Sri Navadip. We are all waiting for you all. So is Srila Gurudev and Param Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj. This is Indumati's message to us. Yes, we do come to Navadip by heart, and we're always keeping Navadip in our heart and pray for the day that we will be in Navadip proper. And Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat is the most beautiful temple in the world. That's my unbiased opinion. But Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat, really, it's the most beautiful temple in the world, the most beautiful place in the world, the place which is like the revelation of the heart of Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. And Gurudev made the mat into such a beautiful, welcoming, harmonious place to learn not just how to live happily in this world, like so many projects around the world where they try to eco this, eco that, or yoga this or yoga that, but actually as an embassy, as a practical extension of the upper world in this world. This is what they gave us in Chaitanya Saraswati Mat, and this is what we need to live by. And so Indumati Devi, she's reminding us of the call of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat. Let us come home, the clarion call, back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Happiness, different kinds of happiness. And in Gita, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives us 3 kinds of happiness, 3 kinds of food, 3 kinds of this, 3 kinds of that, all based on the gunas. But this ananda, so in other words, 3 kinds of happiness from the mode of ignorance, the mode of passion, the mode of goodness. But above all the modes of nature, there is the inner fulfillment of the home comfort of the natural heart servitors of the Lord. And this is something which they hint at, but cannot be described in our words. And we see Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, the writings of Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, the Brihat Bhagavatamrita, everywhere. They are struggling to express the joy, struggling to find words, how to illustrate what wonder is there. And they are telling us about the land that they know. And so when we've discovered a wonderful secret island in the Pacific that no one has discovered, only a very few people discovered, where people live forever. They're all joyful, no stealing, no lying, no deception. Everyone's helping each other. If we discover such an island, then if we are very fortunate, we'll come to meet those who are from there, who can tell us all about it. And if we have any faith that they're telling us the truth, then anybody in their right senses, you can say, as Guru Maharaj says, a sane man, a sane person, must come to strive, to endeavor to get a passport, visa, boat ticket, whatever it may be, to reach that island. And that island, it is an island, it's called Shweta Deep. Shweta Deep. And maybe Ram Sundar can give us the technical departments. There's all kinds of departments which there in Brahma Sanghita, after the Govinda Mari Purusham prayers, then Lord Brahma is giving us about description of that upper world, and that topmost plane where every word is a song, every step is a dance, where the sunlight, moonlight are divine ecstasy, and all these wonderful descriptions. And then this place of Shweta Deep is Shweta Deep, and there almost nobody knows that place except for a very few pure souls. And that is Guru Maharaj and Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada. That is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. They have come with the news of that land. They know that land. They've described it to us. And here we have the opportunity. They've sent the boat for us. They've sent the life raft. They've sent the map. They sent the compass. Hare Krishna. And they've sent the fuel in the form of prasadam for us to go there. From Seva Rupa, what she given us. Sri Gita, hidden treasure. Oh, thank you. What is Sri Gita, hidden treasure? Oh, I see. You gave the source and then the content. So Seva Rupa Devi Dasi, please, you read it. Everyone's hearing my voice too long today.
Dandavat pranams Gurudev, Dandavat pranams all the devotees, and very excited to see all the happenings at Sri Govinda Farm. This is about the three types of happiness. What she said, Maharaj. So it's O Bharata. Okay, so it doesn't copy and paste exactly, but let me read from the.
It's okay.
Ajita.
Now hear from
Okay.
me. It's all right. Yeah.
Now hear from me about the three kinds of happiness. That state in which one is joyful through his practices while attaining the cessation of all unhappiness, and which in the beginning is like poison, but ultimately like nectar, and which is born of the purity of self-realization. That happiness is said to be of the nature of goodness. That happiness, which is born of the contact of the senses with their objects, and which is like nectar in the beginning, but poison in the end, is said to be happiness of the nature of passion. That happiness which is self-deception from beginning to end, and which arises from sleep, laziness, and illusion, is called happiness of the nature of ignorance. Jai Sri Govinda.
And this is the last chapter, is it not, in Bhagavad Gita?
It is 18, yeah.
Yeah, 18th
Chapter
chapter.
18.
Yes. And then above these three kinds, because we can think then, oh yes, happiness in the mode of goodness, then this is what we want. And it is in the right direction, but it's happiness in savor, in our connection, in the savor world, which is the happiness. And this is why it is very difficult for those in the heavenly plane, the heavenly planets, to come to give themselves fully in Krishna consciousness, because they're already in some kind of very comfortable position. And to be able to leave that aside and come to be a servant, self-giving in the upper world, it is a difficult step to make. Yesterday here we were discussing or remembering some devotees. We're being introduced to, or others were introducing some devotees who live elsewhere in Italy, but we don't see them very often. They're very good devotees and everything, but the description, Munindra Mohan Prabhu's description is, they live in heaven, and it's very difficult to leave heaven to drive all the way here to Srila Govinda Ashram. And they live in a very, very beautiful place. And we know the devotees, we go to see them sometimes, and they're super happy, they're doing their devotional life, whether we're there or not, is very beautiful, but they live in heaven. So it's very difficult to leave a heavenly environment in such a way. Anyway, but that's another matter, that's about devotion. And by the way, Srila Guru Maharaj, we read very recently, and I think it was in sermons, Guru Maharaj saying, Guna, the three gunas, Raja, Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva. Guna means disease. Each of these three are like disease. So we must come out from the gunas entirely. Kumkum Devi, thank you very much for putting us on the path, reminding our consciousness, ourselves, we are on the path of joy, the journey of joy, but a proper joy, to the joyful land, whose description, when we hear with description of that land, we must be attracted to go. And it is the attraction of the inner heart, because inside we're all looking for that beauty, that happiness, joy, ecstasy. The words always were told, there's no words to properly describe it from our mundane dictionary, but still we've got so many indicators, and the great indicators are our divine masters and the scriptures that they've given to us. Jai Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rock Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. And Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. And Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Bhaga ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Present day Sri Chaitanya Saraswati, not only present day, all Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Brinda ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. All assembled devotees ki Jai. And Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So,
Jai Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Maharaj ki jai. Kumkum Devi ki jai.
Jai. And Paramananda Prabhu ki jai, all our devotees on Facebook, on Zoom, and in the recorded version, all of you who are here with us. Ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. All right, dear devotees, look forward to meeting you after a few days when we'll all be together there at Govinda Farm, and maybe we'll have a big gathering. Most of the devotees on Zoom will be there, in fact, at Govinda Farm. So looking forward to being there and chanting lots of kirtan, which we can do when we're together. And if Krishna's kind, taking maybe not lots of prasadam. The young ones can take lots of prasadam, can't you, young ones? But we are the older ones, we can see lots of prasadam, and we'll take our humble share. Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari. Stay safe, stay well, do two things. Remember Krishna, don't forget Krishna. And Ramasundru, help up Aparajita Devi Dasi, give her the sloka word by word, and let her learn Trinad Api Sunichena Taroreva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sada Harihi Ami Ashchi. Hare Krishna.